Okay, I bought these used doors for my Jeep YJ. I don't think they've probably ever been used. They're very good. The only thing, they're the wrong color. So I'm going to paint them today. Another thing that happened is there's a little crack right here. And I think this is pretty common to all of these doors. So I'm going to try to repair that as well. So I'm going to change the inside to red and as well as the outside. This vent comes off as one piece. You have to take the screws loose here, here, and there's a screw down here on the inside panel. Take that screw out right there, and then you tilt the whole mechanism back and you slide it out. Okay, I've got the door mostly disassembled. I got the vent out, and I've cleaned up a little bit, and you can see right here there's already beginning to have a crack. I just drilled a little hole right there to at the termination point of the crack, so that'll prevent it from cracking any further. However, I am going to repair this with a weld. What I'm going to do is just widen this gap a little bit. Just take my die grinder, and instead of it just being a real close narrow gap, I'm going to make it a little wider. And I'm also going to take a little piece of steel that will fit behind here. I'm going to drill a hole right here as well as right here, and then I'm going to fill that with a spot weld. And that spot weld, along with just the weld here, should be adequate to prevent it from cracking any further. But yeah, these things will crack all the way down here on the outside, so I'm glad I'm going ahead and repairing this, because I caught this crack early. The other side is pretty bad. It's down on the inside of the door about an inch. I'm also going to do the same thing there. Okay, as you can see, I've now widened this gap where the crack is. That'll allow for good weld penetration there. I'm going to do the same thing on this crack, which is on the inside of the door. Okay, I've widened this gap here on this crack. I just used my hacksaw. This was actually a pretty straight crack, so wind it with my hacksaw. Now I'm going to grind the metal, grind it down to bare metal. I've decided to use a file since this metal is so thin. It'll take just a second. Okay, I've cut 4 little strips of stainless steel that I had. What I'm going to do is place these behind the door. Well, so much for that one. Behind the door like this, and I will weld to it, as well as put a spot weld here as well as here. Okay, this is where I will put the spot welds. Okay, this is what the joint looks like after I've tack welded the 2 holes here, and I've run a little bead where the joint was. Did that on both sides. So now all I'm going to do is grind that down nice and smooth, and That should be much stronger than what it was originally. Okay, and this is what it looks like after I have welded and ground it. I'll add a little bit of thin body filler in there, and that should be, it's about as strong as it gets. Those tack welds are not going to break loose, and it's got stainless steel reinforcing underneath. So anyway, off to the next door. Okay, this is what the door looks like. I've got it hanging up out here. Here's the repair after I have placed body filler and sanded it, and the whole door has been sanded. And what I'm going to do now is prime the door. Okay, this is the door after it has been primed and again wet sanded. Looks really nice. You can't even tell the repair has been done there. So next step is to spray paint it. Well, I'll tack it off with a tack rag and then spray paint it. It looks nice and straight. Okay, I'm about to spray my doors. This is Nason 2K acrylic enamel. Same thing I painted my Jeep with. Had some left over. I'm using 8-part paint, 1 part reducer, 1 part hardener, and we'll go with it. Okay, and here's the doors after I've completed painting them. They look pretty good. They're not perfect. There's some little tiny fish eyes in there. I'm not sure where they come from. I guess it's from an air compressor. That's okay. I'm good with that. They have a good paint job on them. They're the same color as my Jeep. Let's go around this side. Anyway, done deal. I didn't get any major runs on the outside. In fact, I didn't get any runs on the outside. And again, that is Nason paint. It's a 2K acrylic enamel. If you look real close, you can see those little fish eyes that I have in there. Maybe it causes that. Anyway, we're going to go with it. Okay, I've just completed restoring the doors to my Jeep YJ. I think they look great. Again, this part right here, there's no crack. It's properly welded in there and reinforced. I think that's going to be good from now on. The door foot's really good. I did restore this panel on the inside to match the interior color. So yeah, that looks pretty good. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Enjoy restoring your doors if you choose to do so.